When Jack Reacher came out a few years ago, I think we all kind of expected it to be another typical Tom Cruise thriller action movie that just kind of fades into the background and offers nothing new. And it actually turned out to be a pretty enjoyable movie, one with some strange little characters and some little twists on the typical formula. He was a loner character, he had no personal ties, he had no family, he'd drift into a town, get embroidered in a mystery, do some wild detective work, solve that mystery, and just drift out of town again. And it was such a great character because usually these characters evolve throughout a movie, they've got personal things they have to overcome. Not him, the people around about him were affected, he stayed the same all the way through the movie. He was a pretty good character and one that I liked to watch, so when the sequel was announced I was very curious about how this was going to turn out. And with Tom Cruise reteaming with Edward Zwick, his old director from The Last Samurai, I thought this could be a good pairing. And then I saw Jack Reacher Never Look Back, and I was extremely disappointed. Like I said in the first one, he's a drifter with no ties, so straight away in this one, they give him a pen pal, a female pen pal, so there's a love interest there that just in case we want to tag on to that trope. The worst grievance I had with the movie was it introduces this character that could be Jack Reacher's daughter, and he could have been an absentee father. We're supposed to get some sort of tension or anxiety from that on the behalf of Jack Reacher, that he could have fathered the daughter and he's never known about it and not spent any time with her at all. But she's pushed into the story earlier on, and I felt that just that character just ruined the movie. You see from the trailers that Jack Reacher has this pen pal army person that took over his post, and together they have to go on the run when she's framed for something that she didn't do. And you have this feeling that Cobie Smulders is just as good as Jack Reacher. You feel that she can handle herself, she can look after herself, and when these two pair up, you're thinking, yeah, I know exactly where this is going. This is two able-bodied people who are both extremely capable at what they do, and it's going to be an interesting movie. Then the daughter character comes into it and just kind of turns it into an atypical action movie. As for the detective work that he did in the first one, it doesn't really do that here. They just kind of stumble across people who just blurt out exposition and then they just move on to the next scene. The mystery's not that interesting and the climax isn't that interesting. And then they tag on this almost strange climax after the climax to add in some other threat to it, and it doesn't quite work. But there are still some aspects of it like I like Jack Reacher can be extremely vicious. When he has the finale with the bad guy, he tells him he's going to break his legs and his arms before he snaps his neck, and he does it in an extremely violent manner before tossing the body away like a piece of rubbish. So it's got that kind of not so super clean Tom Cruise character that we normally get, and I like that aspect of it. I just feel like they've turned Jack Reacher 2 into a kind of tropey, cliched, atypical Hollywood action movie that we've seen lots of times before, offers nothing new, and all the good work done in Jack Reacher is just wiped away by this. If there is a third one, they can only hope that they've learnt some really harsh lessons from this movie. Overall, I thought Jack Reacher Never Go Back was pretty poor. It starts off pretty strong and it just it's all downhill from there, down to a whimpering end where I just didn't care at all. I just wanted the movie to end so I could get out the theatre, which is strange considering how much I liked the first one. I'm going to give Jack Reacher 2 out of 5. It's got some fun action, it's got some fun set pieces, but overall it is completely generic and was a bit of a letdown for me. Let me know in the comment box below what you thought of Jack Reacher Never Go Back, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.